Kelly Oubre has reportedly been in sign and trade talks with other teams, and one of the teams being the Houston Rockets. So what's up? My name is JDC, and today I'm going to be talking about if the Rockets should pursue Kelly Oubre and what they would give up for him in a trade. But before that, really quick, if you guys like the video, drop a like down below and press the sub button. It would be really appreciated, and let's get to the video. So Kelly Oubre on the Rockets definitely would be pretty interesting because he is just 25 years old and is very solid. You know, obviously playing for the Golden State Warriors last season, he did average basically 15 points per game, 6 boards and 1 assist. Honestly, I think Kelly Oubre would definitely be a really good piece on the Rockets because he could definitely knock down the 3-point shot, which honestly he didn't do that well at the beginning of the season. I mean, I think everyone remembers when Oubre shot like 0 of 10 in the first 2 games of the NBA season. So he definitely shot it at 32% from 3, which isn't all that great, but definitely can get it up there because he is only 25 years old, has still a ton of upside too. So, and honestly, like, his game is pretty interesting too in terms of on the Rockets. I mean, the Rockets obviously like a pretty heavily 3-point shooting team, so Oubre got to get that 3-point percentage up. But you know, he did also shoot 44% from the field, which isn't all that great either. You know, obviously, like, Kelly Oubre's game is definitely flawed in terms of him, like, efficiency wise, but no, honestly he can definitely get it up in the future. You know, him being very young definitely helps out with that. So Kelly Oubre, some ups to his game. He's a pretty solid defender for the most part. I mean, he can definitely, you know, play some on-ball defense. You know, in help defense, not really too much, but he is a pretty solid on-ball defender. In terms of, you know, athleticism, he can actually dunk the ball very well. I mean, I think everyone knows like that poster we did on PG, I think like a couple of years ago on the Sun. So yeah, Oubre in terms of, you know, athleticism has it right there. So Kelly Oubre, if the Rockets go for him, like, he's definitely going to be filling in the small forward spot that we definitely needed because obviously, like, we have Jae'sean here who we basically play at the 4, KJ Martin who basically plays at the 4 too, Daniel House who isn't all that great anymore for us because is very injury prone. But you know, Kelly Oubre definitely has his injuries too, but I think he's definitely better than House right now. So quite honestly, like, Oubre, he definitely would fit the team a little bit less in terms of, you know, how the team is structured because his, you know, floor stretching ability isn't all that great. He definitely can get it up there though. Like I said before, he just got to work on it in the offseason, and hopefully like his jumper gets pretty much to where it needs to be. So Kelly Oubre, honestly, like, I don't know, man. I mean, I think like the trade talks and like the sign trades, I think it's definitely interesting in terms of, you know, Kelly Oubre and the trade talks because who we're giving up is actually very, very positive for us. So let's get into it, man. So some rumors haven't emerged, you know, in the sign and trade talks, talking about, you know, sending Eric Gordon in that trade, or, you know, having a third team involved and having, you know, have that team being interested in Gordon, and, you know, kind of have that 3-team trade surrounded Kelly Oubre, Eric Gordon, and another player. I'm not really too sure who the other team is, but honestly, like, the main focus here is Eric Gordon because he's honestly, like, I don't know, he still has a lot of value for, you know, what he is, for what he's worth. I mean, just like what, last 2 weeks ago, I mean, the Pacers had interest in Eric Gordon, you know, trading for him. There were some trade rumors talking about him going to the Pacers for the 13th pick and, you know, Jeremy Lamb. I think that was the trade rumor, but he definitely still has some, you know, trade value in terms of, you know, other teams wanting a 6th man off the bench that has, you know, some years left on his contract. So in terms of a trade piece, Eric Gordon is probably our best trade asset in terms of, you know, players off the bench, because obviously, like, we're not trading John Wall because, you know, you probably would have traded John Wall by now. KPJ, Jalen Green, we're not trading them. That's untouchable right there. Christian Wood, probably untouchable for this season. I say probably because on the last year on his contract, and if he plays well, we could definitely look to move on from him in terms of, you know, getting some very good assets from him. Maybe like a young player and some picks. I don't know, man. I mean, it's definitely a really weird situation in terms of Christian Wood, but I don't know, man. It's definitely going to be interesting with Christian Wood. I definitely will make a video pretty soon about, you know, the Christian Wood situation and the John Wall situation. So Eric Gordon is definitely the main focus in this trade talk because, you know, some other teams are definitely interested in having a 6th man that can play some defense, play some offense, you know, obviously having that 3-point shot and playmaking. So you know, obviously, like, everything, I think every Houston Rockets fan knows, you know, Eric Gordon's upside, and, well, not upside, but his positives and his negatives. And honestly, like, his negatives are very low. You know, honestly, like, he's very injury prone for a 32-year-old. I don't know, man. I mean, Eric Gordon to the Warriors. I don't know why the Warriors would be interested in Gordon unless they're ready to win right now. They didn't trade Kuminga and Moses Moody, who I thought they were going to trade, them for a star. But, I'm not really too sure what the Warriors are going for. My boy Peak, I mean, he's a Warriors fan. You can let me know in the comments what they're trying to do, where the direction is going. But, I'm not really seeing the direction of the Warriors right now. So, back to the trade at hand. I mean, Kelly Oubre for Gordon straight up would be absolutely amazing. I mean, that'd be a very great steal for the Houston Rockets. And quite honestly, like, he definitely fills in that small forward position, like I said before. I mean, the only downside is that Jalen Green definitely wouldn't be starting if we get Kelly Oubre. I mean, John Wall, no way that John Wall comes off the bench making $44 million a year. So John Wall's definitely the starting point guard. And we have KPJ. And if we get Kelly Oubre, obviously filling Kelly Oubre at the small forward, and then Jae'sean Tate at the 4, or KJ Martin, or Usman Garuba at one of the 3. Probably not Garuba because he is a rookie, but Jae'Sean Tate's already pretty much proven. So probably Jae'Sean Tate at the 4, and then obviously Wood at the 5. So Oubre definitely fills in the spot of the small forward position. It's just that ton of minutes are definitely going to be. No, actually, I don't know. I mean, in terms of minutes, I think more minutes are going to be going to the bench players because we have a lot of players off the bench that are still needed to be proven off the bench. I mean, Armani, obviously, we got Alperen Şengün, now we got Usman Garuba, we got Josh Christopher, we got all these young guys who still need to prove themselves in this league. And honestly, like, getting rid of Gordon definitely frees up a lot of minutes. So, trade Gordon for Kelly Oubre, get some minutes for the young guys off the bench. And honestly, I really like this trade. Maybe we can use Kelly Oubre as a trade asset too, if he doesn't pan out too well. We can honestly use him as a trade piece. But overall, hopefully Rafael Stone makes this trade. Hopefully he just moves on from Eric Gordon in general. And hopefully we get the right pieces that we need so we can win a championship in the future. But before, fuck. But that's the new video. Drop them below, press subscribe button, and peace.